Tonight's game being brought to you by City National Bank. It is a beautiful night here in the Bay Area, albeit a cool one, as the Angels enjoyed their off day yesterday. They traveled up here, and tonight we kick off a 3-game series against a division rival, Oakland Athletics. We welcome you inside the Coliseum at Back to Angels Baseball on Fox Sports West, along with Mark Gubiza. I'm Victor Rojas, and today we also get a chance to see the return of Tyler Skaggs. He has spent 3 stints on the disabled list, Gooby, and the hope is, of course, that he can go 4, 5, maybe even 6 innings tonight.
Well, Victor, when you think of it, he's really had an outstanding season. The last couple of starts coming back from the disabled list, not so good for Tyler Skaggs, including 17 earned runs in those 2 starts. But the season against Oakland, even going back to June 15th, he threw the ball very well against him. He's 2-1 this season against Oakland with a 3.78 ERA. Prior to this season, had not beaten Oakland here, especially in this ballpark. But I think when you look at his fastball command, has been very, very good. Throwing a lot of strikes, but just under 67% of his pitches in that game against Oakland earlier were in the strike zone. Ride that high fastball, use that big curve, and change. It should be very effective against this very dangerous and deep lineup for Oakland.
Well, David Fletcher is not in the lineup, is not going to play pretty much the rest of the season, dealing with that hamstring issue that occurred on Sunday. So Caleb Cowart gets a start at second base. Jose Miguel Fernandez jumps up to the number 2 spot in the lineup. We're just about ready for baseball here in the Bay Area. Sit back, relax. Lineups and first pitch when we return. Bank, a proud sponsor of Angels baseball, and by the 2018 Subaru Forester, a whole lot to love.
Welcome back to Oakland, the opener of a three-game set between the Angels and the Athletics. The Athletics certainly have played very good baseball all season long, especially since the middle of June. They come into play tonight, 4 games back in the American League West and a game and a half back of the New York Yankees for that #1 wild card spot. They get a comfortable lead for that second wild card spot right now. So as it stands, if the playoffs were to start today, they would they would go to New York to take on the Yankees in that 1-game playoff. This is the lineup that Mike Scioscia will run out tonight for game number 151. He'll have Cole Calhoun leading things off in right field. Jose Miguel Fernandez at first base. Mike Trout is in center field. Justin Upton is in left. Shohei Ohtani drops down to number 5 spot. He's at DH. Andrelton Simmons is short. Taylor Ward at third base. Caleb Cowart at second. Jose Briseño getting the start behind the plate. He will bat ninth. The Oakland A's bullpenning this one. It's Liam Hendriks. It's a guy that was designated for assignment at one point this year, but he is getting the start on the second to last Tuesday of the regular season as they make a push for the playoffs. 20th appearance, 6th start, 0-1 and a 5.60 ERA.
Yeah, 17 strikeouts and 17 2/3. His fastball is still a firm fastball, 92-97 to a curveball, slider, and changeup.
Take a look at the defense behind Oakland. Starter Liam Hendriks. You got Cannon, Laureano, and Piscott in the outfield from left to right. Chapman and Simeon on the left side. Lowry and Olsen on the right side, and it's the veteran Luke Croy behind the plate.
Laureano out in center field. He has been spectacular for the Oakland A's this season. You talk about covering a lot of ground. 7 outfield assists. It's tied for 3rd amongst AL center fielders. Take a look at our StatCast AI powered by AWS. What he did at the Big A, the ground covered. He would run back 80 feet, and then the throwing distance, 321-foot throw all the way to first for a double play in the air. Arm strength, 91.2 miles per hour. That's from the warning track all the way in the air to first base. What an outstanding defensive play by Laureano out in center field for Oakland.
Cole ready to lead things off here tonight. Hendriks not wasting any time. First one on the way, and it's a swing and a miss. First pitch brought to you by Chrysler of Glendora.
7:07.
Cole on Sunday, the game-winning home run in the 7th inning, snapping an 0 for 25. And the Angels, the 4-3 victory over Seattle. 214 average, 19 home runs, 57 runs batted in. 0-2.
Right after 95-96. Firm fastball. Especially when you think about it, when you have that off day, even though you like that, re-energize the body, your timing's off just a bit. And you have to try to catch up to 95-96. Not an easy thing to do leading off the game for Cole Calhoun.
Cole strike out on 3 pitches, 1 away. And if you're wondering what bullpenning is, I guess the idea that the new analytics department surrounds some teams in Major League Baseball, in particular the Tampa Bay Rays, who kind of started the process, is that the numbers favor the hitters the 3rd time through the order. So the idea is to have a opener, this guy, Liam Hendriks, pitch the 1st inning, and then you get your starter back in there so that he handles maybe 2.5 times through the order to get you into the 6th inning, assuming everything works the way you'd like it to work out. Megden, the first time out, got shelled. The second time out, pitched a lot better against the Yankees. So we'll see what happens tonight. This is out toward left. Cannon is there. 2 down.
Yeah, you can always look at those numbers that 3rd time through. When the hitter see you as a starting pitcher that 3rd time through, a little bit better numbers. You can go back to the playoffs last year when the Dodgers took out Rich Hill because it was going through the 3rd time through. Even though his numbers said he was actually better the 3rd time through than the average starting pitcher. So there's good and bad as far as that decision making.
There's no definitive answers either way.
Although one thing definitive, Mike Trout's an amazing play.
Yeah.
You can mark that one down.
Doesn't matter who's pitching.
Yep.
Trout hitting .318, 34 home runs, 70 runs batted in. Broken bat bouncer back to the mound. Hendriks has it. Angels down in order. We'll head to the bottom of the first here at the Coliseum with no score. Smoking hot. Oakland Athletics at 90 and 60 on the year. Laureano leading things off in center. Chapman's at third. Lowry at second. Chris Davis at DH. Stephen Piscotty at right. Matt Olson at first. Marcus Simeon the shortstop. Mark Candace at left. Jonathan Lucroy batting ninth and doing the catching. Tyler Skaggs on the mound. 22nd start of the year. 8 and 8 and a 3.78 ERA.
Yeah, we talked about that in the opening, how well he threw the last time here, June 15th. He went 7 innings. No earned runs, 2 runs allowed in that game. 1 walk, 8 strikeouts for Tyler Skaggs in that game against Oakland.
Coming off his third stint on the disabled list, twice in August, once in July. Started ahead against Oakland. Last one, August the 11th. 7 runs, 10 hits, and 3 1/3. That was at the Big A. Ramon Laureano, the center fielder, hitting .281. 9 doubles, a triple, 5 home runs, 14 runs batted in.
That's a good fastball there. Ran that one in on the hands, especially on a cool night already. That's what you want to try to do as a pitcher. Run that fastball on occasion on the hands of a hitter.
Breaking ball pulled foul. Toward the bullpen, there's Daniel Magnet. Laureano lays off the high fastball. Laureano, 24-year-old, 16th round pick by the Houston Astros in 2014. Picked up in a trade last December. Takes down at it. He's kind of settled into the everyday center field spot for the Athletics. Had a fine AAA season. 297, 14 home runs, drove in 35. 2-2. Bounce it back.
You see that velocity early on, some 92, 93 from Skaggs. Well, you're seeing some pretty good differential in speeds of the pitch from his changeup, his curveball, and 4-seam fastball.
Quite a few shakeoffs there. Going downstairs, full count. An Oakland team that is 46 and 29 at home this year. Since June 23rd, 56 and 24 mark best in baseball. Payoff on the way. Now back.
Pretty good at bat by Laureano against Skaggs here early. Seeing quite a few pitches.
Bomel, Bob Melvin, the skipper. Got plenty of guys to choose from. 38 active players for the Oakland Athletics. Awesome September baseball.
It's almost a football roster.
Yeah. And a walk to lead off the bottom of the first. They're getting ahead at 0-2.
My go-tos for Tyler Skaggs to be successful here tonight against Oakland is that four-seam fastball upstairs, 93-94, pretty consistent as far as getting a lot of swing and misses when he elevates that four-seam fastball, and then curve change combo off the plate. Make sure you stay off the corners, especially with that big curveball. Get a swing and miss when you're ahead of the count.
One ball, no strikes. Matt Chapman, a third baseman. 23 home runs, 64 runs batted in. Batting average at 282. The on base percentage at 362. Good lead for Laureano. A's don't run a whole lot, but he's one of the guys that would as Chapman fouls it off. Oakland last in the American League in total stolen bases with 33. One ball, one strike. Angels went down in order at the top of the first. It's by 1-2.
A good four-seam fastball.
Oakland sixth in team batting average at 250. Second in home runs, 205 of them. They're fifth in runs in the American League. Sixth in on-base percentage. Third in slugging as a team.
Skaggs has allowed 4 stolen bases in 7 attempts this season. Been much, much better as far as holding the baseball, varying that throw over the first base. Occasional slide step. So 13 double plays turned behind him this season. Getting a lot more ground ball action.
Another throw over. Leadoff walk with a 1-2 count on Chapman. 23 doubles, 39 extra base hits since the All-Star break for Chapman. That leads Major League Baseball. There's Laureano. He takes off. The throw is high, and it is a stolen base. Sixth stolen base for Ramon.
And we look at the guys who will try to steal. Laureano and Marcus Semien will be the other who will try to run for Oakland. High throw, not a bad pitch to have and catch and throw if you're Senio, but unable to get on top of that one. They're making sure he didn't go off the base there.
Josh Paul talking with Andrew Bailey.
Slide in there. Hand in. Off the base. Like he's connected enough there with that foot, although there was a little separation there at one point. If Cowart was able to keep the glove on the whole time, may have gotten him.
2-2. Full count. Back-to-back batters going to a 3-2 count.
We're a lot more patient team than what we saw real early in the season, where if you got ahead of the count, you can get them to chase secondary pitches. They've been good about that lately.
Jed Lowry on deck. in scoring position. Oakland has done an all right job in that category this year. 262 team batting average, 4th best in the American League. Chapman hits from the second base, at the very least advances Laureano over to third. There's the first out.
And with Cowart's arm strength, he was thinking about making that throw to third.
Check out the Angels on the defensive side of things. The outfield got up to Trout and Calhoun from left to right. Ward and Simmons on the left side. Cowart, Fernandez on the right. Briseño behind the plate.
And Justin Upton making his 131st start in left field this season. 6 outfield assists, 4 errors for Justin Upton. 9 assists and 8 errors last season for J-Up. He's been very busy up late as far as getting a lot of fly ball action his way.
Angels will play their infield back. Fernandez, the first baseman, near the cut of the grass. Lowry, Skaggs went out the left. Not very deep. Andrelton Simmons going out, gives way to Upton. No tag at third, 2 down.
Big out, quick out. We saw that earlier this season for Jay Lowry. He is aggressive early in counts. So that communication right away for Simmons going back, calling for it, but much easier play, much easier throw for Upton coming in on the baseball. Because remember going back to Houston when they ran into each other and Upton missed some time, quick communication, then Upton calls him off in position just in case Laureano would tag up, did not do so.
Here's Chris Davis, the DH cleanup hitter. 249 batting average. His 43rd home run of the season on Sunday. That matches a career high. He's driven home 115. Takes ball 1.
And good numbers career-wise against Skaggs.
115 runs batted in, second to J.D. Martinez of the Boston Red Sox at the start of the day. Martinez with 122. Snap throw to third base. Laureano back easily.
385 against Skaggs, 5 for 13 with 2 home runs. You look at the numbers and you see a fastball there. He's pretty good against a fastball this season. 302 batting average with 28 home runs versus a fastball, but only 174 versus a curve and a changeup with 3 home runs. 2 pitches you might see quite a bit from Skaggs.
Soft liner to Caleb. That'll do it. Leadoff man gets on board and he's stranded at third base. Well, to the second here at the Coliseum with no score. Going through the scouting reports.
Doesn't happen too often. In the second inning, you got to go through a different pitcher in the scouting report.
But I would imagine they would have covered most of that stuff in a pregame meeting in the clubhouse. Daniel Megden takes over, 7-6, 4.06 ERA, 20 games, 16 starts He gets up to Ohtani and Simmons. Angels half of the second inning. Hendricks had a 1-2-3 first. First one is in there for a strike.
And Migden's fastball is 91-95. We'll throw a slider, cut fastball, curveball, and changeup.
Johnston hitting .263. 30 home runs, 84 runs batted in. And with the usual stance in the old school windup. This one over to short. Upton does. Simeon retired. Justin Upton one away.
Your attention, please, ladies and gentlemen. Now pitching for the Athletics, number 33, Daniel Mingden.
Here's Shohei Ohtani.
Batting in the 5th position, designated hitter, number 17.
Shohei 290, 20 home runs, 55 runs batted in.
Picked up his first major league hit here in this ballpark on the first pitch he saw.
A 0-for-3 game on Sunday. Did pick up a walk. And he'll take outside. Yankees ended up defeating Boston tonight, 3-2.
It's a changeup, fastball away, changeup away.
A's with an opportunity to pick up a game as far as the wild card is concerned. Houston leading Seattle 5-0. That's at Minute Maid. 2-0. 3-0. Simba's on deck.
Shohei gets a fastball here. I expect him to be ready. Green light. See if he can drive it.
Here comes that 3-0. Takes it. 3-1. .370 on base percentage for Ohtani. The 42 extra base hits. And he works the walk. First base run of the game for the Angels. I think they're being very cautious with Ohtani. Man on for Andrelton. Simmons comes in batting .295, 11 home runs and 71 RBIs.
Ohtani just one stolen base away from 10. Would give him a chance at 20 home runs, 10 stolen bases in his rookie season.
Off to a big lead already. And with Lucroy behind the plate, figure that they might be a couple of opportunities to steal. Magnet's not the fastest guy on the mound. Lucroy, 9 errors from behind the plate. First one. Slid that hand up the bat as it's a bunt with Chapman playing back. Takes it outside, 1-0.
Lucroy a little better this season as far as throwing out base stealers, 29%. He's allowed 67 stolen base and 95 attempts against them. And it's not always against the catcher. It could be against the pitcher also. With Migden on the mound, he might get a good chance to get a good jump if you're Shohei Ohtani.
Andrelton skying one out to left field. Mark Canha's there. 2 down.
Keep in mind, anything hit in that outfield grass on the line as a base runner, you're going to think in terms of trying to take that extra base. It's not going to be easy after some football games being played here. Outfielders really have to keep their eye on the baseball.
Still the home of the Raiders for a couple more years. They'll still be connected though. The A's and the Raiders in Las Vegas. Oakland moving their AAA franchise to Las Vegas beginning next year.
Slow start for the Raiders this season, 0-2.
Taylor Ward takes a strike. 184 batting average. 3 doubles, 3 home runs, and 9 runs batted in. 0 for 3 on Sunday. The Angels 7 hits in that 4-3 win over Seattle, their only victory of that 4-game series.
A bigger lead now for Ohtani. Jammed his foot into the base on Sunday. Back in the lineup today.
Borderline pitch goes Ward's way. Evens the count at 1-1. Magnet called back up from AAA Nashville August 27th. Second stint with the A's. Was in the A's starting rotation to start the year. And went 6-6 with a 4.47 ERA in 16 starts before going on the disabled list in June, late June. Sprained right foot. Talking about that third time through the order for starting pitchers. Magda's allowed 14 of his 54 runs in the first inning. A 7.88 ERA for him in that first inning. Although technically this is the second. His first. Down and away, 2-1.
So you could spin it that way, Dad.
I guess. He's picked up a ground down, itchy walk, and hit a fly ball to left. So 2 outs, no score. We're in the second. Low throw.
It's almost mandatory to have an outstanding mustache if you're an Oakland A's pitcher. Megden, Raleigh fingers. Hall of Famer.
Yeah, when you're a Hall of Famer, you can pretty much do whatever you want.
Yeah. Ricky Henderson, speaking of Hall of Famer, here today.
2 balls, 2 strikes. This game being played on Ricky Henderson Field. And he was on the field.
How's that possible?
Kind of works for him, so he gets free access, I guess.
He is the greatest of all time.
Just ask him. 2-2 now. Taylor takes a call, strike 3. And the Angels are done here in the second. We'll head to the bottom of the inning, still with no score. New roads to Scotty Olson Simeon for Oakland against Tyler Skaggs. Walked the leadoff man in the first and retired the next 3 in a row. Stephen Piscotty hitting .265, 24 home runs, 76 runs batted in. Went around on the off-speed pitch. It's a 0-1 count. popped up. Cowart calling for it. 1 away.
Get that around the 35-yard line.
Brings up Matt Olson.
First baseman.
Feels not too terribly bad this time of year.
I'll tell you what, you got to give the credit to the groundskeepers here. It's not easy to get that field ready after having a football game played on it. Pretty solid job.
The worst spot is basically where Trout and Laureano stand out in straightaway center field. There's a big chunk of grass because of the portable stands that come out. It's been replaced, but as far as the actual football field, the lines, you kind of see them, they've been painted in. It doesn't look bad at all. At least not yet. Now the A's get into the postseason and deep into the postseason.
Yeah.
That might be an issue. Not only that, I think scheduling too
Yes.
might be an issue as well. Good problem to have, I guess.
Yes.
1 ball, 2 strikes on Olson.
Mike Scioscia was asked, was he surprised to see what Oakland is doing this season? He went back to even last year, the last couple of months of the season, they started putting together, and they carried it into this season. 30 games over 500.
Two balls, 2 strikes. Olson fouls it back. A's first baseman with a .246 average, 27 home runs, 75 runs batted in. A's this year celebrating their 50th anniversary. So Scott on the third base side. Taylor Ward, long run. And couple of rows into the seats.
Ran that fastball in. You got to make sure when you throw a fastball in against Olson, you better get it in off the plate. A Hyundai key for this game today for the Angels to be successful. And Tyler Skaggs going a little Metallica, for whom the bell tolls with this final road trip of the season. An opportunity for Skaggs to finish strong with a potential 3 starts left this season. Get it going here tonight.
Slow breaking ball, rolled foul. Felix Pena originally scheduled to get to start today with Skaggs tomorrow, but got flip-flopped. Skaggs on the year, 116 2/3 innings.
Career high as far as W's.
Down goes Olson.
Firm
strikeout.
fastball.
2 down.
Career high in strikeouts, also 124 now for Skaggs.
Batting in the 7th.
That's that 93-mile-an-hour fastball, that 4-seam fastball we talked about being very important for him. Gets it by Olson. He tried to hit that ball the other way, but it was by him at 93.
There's Marcus Semien, the shortstop. .258 batting average. He'll take a strike. Oakland, it's a little bit better against right-handed pitching, but it's not a huge disparity. .252 against righties, .246 is the team against lefties. This one's out toward left center field. Upton moving over.
Cool night. That's where you want to keep it, in the alleys.
Amen to that. 1, 2, 3 go the A's. We'll head to the third with no score. The last homestand, get 4 tickets, 4 hot dogs, and 4 soft drinks for $44 and get another family fun pack to a second game for free. Call 714-4-ANGELS to purchase yours today. Just 6 left at home. So if you're going to do it, you might want to do it quickly. Texas in for 3, and then these Oakland Athletics in for 3 beginning a week from Friday. Caleb Cowart, Jose Briseño, Cole Calhoun for the Angels here in their half of the third.
Ace with a shift on against Caleb Cowart. 3 infielders right side of the infield. Chapman covering all that ground on the left side. You would think at some point during this game where Cowart might be able to have a push bunt down that third baseline.
Comes in batting 123. 5 doubles, 3 runs batted in. Called strike 3 on a fastball. Or pardon me, strike 2. Where Lucroy came out, kind of surprised me there. He's ready to toss it around.
It looked like he was going to.
Sold me.
He liked the fastball there,
Yeah.
I think.
Pulled toward first, gloved by Olson.
Olson
down.
could cover some ground over there at first base.
Long, lanky arms.
Yep. Ball was hit well by Cowart. Gets by Olson. It's at least a double down the line. Instead, it ends up being a ground out first of the inning.
Briseño comes in batting 238. Has 2 doubles, 3 home runs, 8 runs batted in. This one's on the first base side. A lot of foul territory here. Olson moves over and almost gets there. It's played by a fan.
It's getting booed a little bit.
Well, that's kind of in play there.
In play, yes.
Yeah. I mean, nice catch. You know what? Olson kind of stuck out the glove there at the last second.
Yeah.
A pretty good shot at it.
That's a long way he went.
Yeah.
Yeah. Both have a spiral.
1 ball, 1 strike. See, 2 hands. Always 2 hands.
Yes.
One ball, 2 strikes. Handles are 7 and 6 against the Oakland A's this year. 4 and 3 here at the Coliseum. And we'll open next season once again here. 4-game series.
Is that 3 years in a row?
Ground ball toward first. Olson's got it.
He's been busy this inning.
Yeah, can't get in his way there. 2 down.
It's Cole coming to the plate. Now it's time for the Coors Light refreshing finish. What a swing breaking out of that slump for Cole Calhoun on Sunday. Perfect swing on a fastball away. Hits that one out to left center field. The go-ahead run as the Angels win that game against Seattle. His 19th home run of the season for Cole Calhoun.
Cole struck out on 3 pitches in the first inning. It was against Liam Hendricks. A little bit high.
Cole is 2 for 5 in his career versus Megden.
Not overpowering. Originally the Houston Astros organization. 4th round pick by them in 2014. Came over in 2015 as part of the Scott Kazmir trade to Texas A&M. 2-1. 2-2. Fourth appearance for Megden this month. He's 1-0 with a 2.31 ERA. No starts. Two on the way now. Cole fouls it back. I'm not a fan of bullpenning by any stretch of the imagination, but I do believe that they will get there. I would imagine they'll get there, barring a horrendous collapse. 1-game playoff. That's probably their best option.
Yeah, I think
the
so.
bullpen against the New York Yankees.
Give him a lot of different looks.
Yep. Chris Davis was asked about it when he was going through it against the Tampa Bay Rays. It's basically like a spring training game. New guy, every at bat. Cole pops it, foul on the third base side. Now
when you think about it, the Angels had a no-hitter going that one day in the 8th inning with 8 different pitchers. Just 2 hits allowed in the shutout, 1-0 shutout. And it's hard for hitters when they're trying to gauge a pitcher and you only see him once. Is it perfect to do it that way? No. But if you don't have a bona fide #1 guy with Sean Manaea being out now for Oakland, I think that might be the right decision to go with. Manaea is going to be out, looks like, through next season with his shoulder surgery.
Cole strikes down. The Angels down in order. We'll head to the bottom of the 3rd here at the Coliseum with no score. And right now, there's a lot to see at your Hyundai dealer. By Carl's Jr., the 2 for $2.50 sausage and egg made from scratch biscuit, now at Carl's Jr. And by the 2018 Subaru Forester, a whole lot to love. Beautiful night here in the Bay Area. We're scoreless as we begin the bottom of the 3rd. 3-game series here in Oakland, and it's off to Houston. 3-game series beginning Friday night at Minute Maid. 8-9-1 for Oakland. It's Cannon, Lucroy, and Laureano. It's Tyler Skaggs picked up his first strikeout. Second inning. He's retired 6 in a row since walking. Laureano lead off the bottom of the 1st.
It's pretty solid as far as first pitch strikes. He's faced 8 batters 7 times on the first pitch strike. And he just kind of forced that changeup. Changeup changeup is a field pitch. That's the most important one as far as you don't want to muscle up on it. You want to trust the grip to take off the velocity on the pitch and have it fade away from a right-handed batter.
Two balls, one strike. Mark Cannon, the left fielder, hitting .242, 16 home runs and 47 runs batted. Here's a 3-1. Just did catch the inside corner. This according to Marvin Hudson. Canada disagrees. Jonathan Lucroy, the A's catcher, on deck. Light crowd tonight. School night. Tuesday. It's chilly out. That time of year that fog starts to roll in to San Francisco late afternoon. It's kind of cool looking.
Yeah. We were joking around as we were driving over. It's almost like the Mummy movie with that sand coming in. And the fog was working its way over.
That would be a haboob.
Yes.
The old sandstorm.
Yes. I love the Mummy movies, by the way.
They're not bad.
Yeah, just saying.
Yeah, they're entertaining. Another payoff. Canada chases and fouls it back.
This guy just had some long at bats so far in this game, especially full counts.
There's a look at the 5.
That's pretty cool.
It's a big production here in the Bay Area.
Yes.
People everywhere. They foul back. An extra camera up in the high home area.
Gets some great views.
Look at that. Even better.
Yes.
That's what happens when you zoom in. Cannon leading things off here. And he works the walk. Second free pass issued by Skaggs. Jonathan Lucroy coming up.
That's really cool looking.
Keep sending all these folks out to get these fog shots. We're not going to have everybody shoot the game.
Come back.
Better call them back.
Come back.
Lucroy hitting .239, 3 home runs and 47 runs batted in.
It's really difficult to get these Oakland hitters to chase out of the strike zone. They're pretty good as far as their chase percentage. Only the Dodgers better as far as that. I'm sure the pitchers are in the strike zone.
With that said, they're still 6th in the American League as far as strikeouts are concerned. So they'll whip.
Yes.
Just those borderline pitches. Big rip by Lucroy. 1 ball, 1 strike. 42nd pitch of the night for Skaggs. 91 miles per hour. I figure the adrenaline's worn off now.
Yeah. When you look prior to this start, Skaggs get a lot more ground ball action. Even like that ground ball right now, get an infielder, get a double play as Cam Pedroia getting warmed up in the bullpen.
Not overly surprised. Been over a month since Skaggs pitched in a game.
Pretty good bite on his curveball tonight also. I don't know how that didn't hit Lucroy's foot.
Moonwalked his way. He's that smooth.
Caught a lot of games in the big leagues. Still quick with the feet.
2 balls, 1 strike. Can't over at first. He was late on that pitch. Just 90 away, though. Lucroy strikes down on the breaking ball.
That's a good breaking ball once again for Skaggs. Second punch out to go along with 2 walks. Good downward tilt to this curveball. After a fastball he's laid on away, followed up with a 74-mile-an-hour curveball, swing and miss.
One out, 1 on. Ramon Laureano. Center fielder walking to first. Takes low.
We're going to talk about it as the series progresses as far as launch angles for this Oakland lineup, although they still have grounded into 124 double plays. Only the Astros and Baltimore have hit into more double plays this season in the American League.
That's pulled down the left field line toward the corner, and it goes foul.
Speaking of launch angles, now it's time for the Lowe's whole team together. What they've done as far as launch angle this season tops 14.9 degrees, highest in baseball. The Twins, Blue Jays, Indians. The Angels, 13.3 degrees, the 7th best as far as the launch angle in the majors. So they will try to lift the baseball. 205 home runs as a team this season for Oakland.
Laid on that one.
We saw that with the Dodgers last year, especially in the World Series, a club that really is bought into that launch angle. When you start riding that fastball either up or up and in, it's more difficult to lift that ball in the air and make good contact. So we'll see if that's going to be the case here for Skaggs to try to run a high fastball.
Called
Just
strike
like
3.
that.
2 down.
Good fastball here once again, that 4-seam fastball. Tough to try to lift that baseball up. Punched him out, looking.
To me, it's just a stat. That doesn't. There's no correlation between that and winning games. As a matter of fact, you look at all 30 teams, their launch angles, how they're ranked. The Boston Red Sox, best team in baseball as far as record, 14th. There's playoff teams in the bottom half of the launch angle revolution as far as this year. And all it is, it's just a number, and all it does is tell you, all right, they're trying to lift the ball. That's pretty much it.
Used to be the day they call it uppercut swing.
Yeah. Yeah.
Now it's launch angle.
Of course. See, that right there is dumbing it down perfectly for me.
There you go.
Yeah. Oh, that's what that is. Uppercut swing.
Ted Williams is really good at that, though.
Yeah. Well,
But Ted Williams is pretty
Ted
good
Williams
at
is
everything.
slightly different than your Oakland Athletics of 2018, big guy.
Slightly.
Just slightly different. It's fog is rolling in. We're headed to the 4th. We're scoreless. Appreciation Day. Angels taking on the A's at 6:07. First 30,000 fans in attendance will receive a Mike Scioscia bobblehead, courtesy of Fox Sports West. For information, go to angels.com. 2-3-4 for the Angels here in the fourth inning. We're scoreless. It'll be Fernandez, Trout, and Upton. Megden's third inning of relief. He struck out 2, walked 1. Angels without a hit thus far. Fernandez a fly ball to left in the first inning.
Actually, 0 hits combined so far.
Down and in. A late bite to it.
When you look at percentages for Megden, he's about 54% fastball, 19 slider, 4% cutter, 11% curveball, 13% changeup. So he will mix it up quite a bit. It's one of those pitches too. You got to be ready. 3-1 fastball. That's his spot. Looked like he might have been looking for something off speed.
Which begs the question, why?
Yeah, because that's the exact same spot there.
Yeah.
As a hitter, you're trying to work your way into one of those counts, but you could sit on one pitch, especially when I mentioned you have a pitcher with 5 different pitches, but more than likely on a 3-1 count, he's going to settle in with the pitch he can throw for a strike, and that would be a fastball.
A little bit late on both of those fastballs at 94. Just 37 pitches for Megden.
So he wants to go in with a fastball inside. Got it in there pretty good too.
I mean, why wouldn't you throw another one?
Yep.
You know?
Although a lot of times you'll see from him, Megden, after a fastball, he'll try that little fade changeup away. Tried that with Ohtani.
Back inside. Bounce it toward the middle. Because Simeon is there. Well, he beat him. All 3 of those swings. And I wonder how much that has to do. I'm still surprised that in that 3-1 count he took that fastball. So he basically got 4 straight fastballs.
Yeah, that's the pitch he has hit very, very well.
Mike Trout.
So he goes up and in, 93, comes right back in with another fastball, though just a little bit lower, and back up the middle. Didn't quite get it in as far, but late on it.
So 1 out, nobody on. Here's Mike Trout.
By the way, Trout 4 for 5 against Megden in his career. Also very good against this Oakland club. 14 home runs and 61 runs scored and a little over 350 batting average.
2 balls, no strikes.
And we've seen that over the years for Oakland. They've tried to pitch him up and in off the plate.
Nope. No, he's not hacking. Like, what did I say? You looked at me like I did something wrong again.
Well, we got to always try it every time. Is he going to be swinging 3-0?
No, 3-0, no.
No.
He's not hacking. Obligatory take for a strike. Up the sandwich between Trout and Ohtani tonight. Shohei batting behind Mike. That is ripped out to deep left field. Mark Canha's going to watch this one go. Big fly for Mike Trout, 1-0 Angels. Trouty with his 35th of the season.
A couple things came into play. We talked about what he has done of late over the last, 61 games against Oakland, and what he has done against Megden in his career now. 5 for 6. That baseball got out quickly on a cool night. Let's take a look at We Make It Easy, brought to you by SoCal Toyota. 3-1 count. This fastball, Trout was ready, and he crushed that out. 35th home run of the season, 71st RBI. Great sound off the bat for Trout. Very similar to the 3-1 pitch he threw to Fernandez, who wasn't quite ready to swing at it. Trout was, and drives it out. 408-foot home run for Trout.
Upton takes outside.
th career home run for Trout in this ballpark.
One 0 pitch to Justin. That's a little bit high. Justin grounded out in the second inning. His first batter that Meng didn't face. Took 4.5 seconds for that ball to get out. Upton trying to lead. 2-1. Three and 1 now. Ohtani on deck.
3 straight batters, 3-1 counts for Meng in this inning alone.
And there's a walk. Second one issued by the A's right-hander. Bring up Shohei, who walked in his first plate appearance. That was in the second inning.
Shohei Ohtani.
I believe Ohtani's going to be ready on first pitch this time around.
Just did get to the corner. Not a big lead at all for Justin over at first. Showed late on that fastball.
Cut action in that fastball in on his hands off the plate. Remember last at bat he would try to run that fastball up as the defense for the Oakland A's shifts over now to 3 infielders to the right side. A lot of room on that left side with the count 0-2.
One nothing Angels on the Trout home run. Pedroia continues to loosen. We're pitching in the bottom of the 4th. Tyler Skaggs goes 3 innings tonight. No hits, 3 strikeouts, 2 walks.
Calhoun and Trout having a pretty long conversation there on the bench.
0-2. Up and in.
They're still talking. Saying, yeah, that baseball got out pretty quickly, didn't it? Pulls out, yeah, I know. Mine went out pretty good the other way too on Sunday. I think he said, hey, by the way, the Broncos won and your Eagles didn't.
Bounced about 2 feet in front of the plate. It's 1-2. Interesting note that talk about perhaps an American League MVP candidacy for Mike Trout. He and Mookie Betts have played the exact number of games, 129 games. Betts, of course, leading the American League in batting average. Trout's not too far behind. He leads the league in on-base percentage, OPS, OPS plus, which is adjusted to the home ballpark. I don't think he's necessarily out of the conversation entirely as far as the MVP is concerned. Shohei hits one out toward left field. Jason Marcana back. He will stay in the yard.
Tell you what, if he hits that in the afternoon on Thursday, that's out.
Yep.
Cool night like tonight.
2 down.
And it's a pretty crowded race, too, when you think about it. J.D. Martinez, Mookie Betts. Chris Davis has to at least be in that conversation with the RBI and home run totals for Oakland. Francisco Lindor.
I think he loses. He'll be in that conversation talking about Chris, but he'll regress because of the fact it's just a DH spot.
Yeah.
You know, and a very important spot, but
And
you consider what these guys have done, and same with JD,
Yeah.
unless he wins the Triple Crown. But you know, when you're talking about Betts, Trout, defensively, done a nice job.
Yep. Stolen bases, everything.
Yep. That is out toward left center field. Laureano giving chase, not going to get there. He'll hit off the wall. Upton's going to be waved around. No, he's going to be stopped at third as Laureano played that ball perfectly. Bounced right back to him, got rid of it quickly to force Dino Evil to put the stop sign up.
Yeah, you know Dino wanted to send him home, especially with 2 outs. We showed earlier what Laureano did as that throw from the warning track at the Big A. Got that one in quickly to the cutoff man. Ball was hit very well by Anderson Simmons. 25th double. A little bit of a slip, but got it in quickly. It's a strong arm.
Simba hit it too hard.
And Upton with good speed, too. He's thinking he's picking up. Right here as he turns around and picking up Dino Evil to see if he would send him home, and it stops him. A wise decision.
So it's up to Taylor Ward to try to bring in these 2 runs.
Number 3.
Up to the third and Simmons second base. Taylor struck out looking in the second inning.
See that with Laureano looking in the hat, looking at a little sheet there to see where Taylor Ward hits the ball in general to see if he can get a quick step in center field.
Off the plate for ball 1. So it's not as aggressive, especially after the Trout home run. One 0 pitch. Taylor pulls it to third. Chapman's got it in the backhand. Pulls Olsen off, and he applies the tag for the third out. So the Angels get the 1 on the Trout blast. 35th home run of the season, 71st run batted in.
Boy, and he's really hit well against Oakland, especially of late and in this ballpark. Angels up 1-0.
West is brought to you by Jack in the Box. Try something different like Jack's Teriyaki Bowls. Only at Jack in the Box for a limited time. By Mercury Insurance, we're on a mission to save you money. Log on to mercuryinsurance.com to get a fast free quote and see how much you can save. And by your SoCal Mazda dealers. Halos up 1-0, bottom of the fourth here at the Coliseum. Tyler Skaggs done for the night after 3 innings. He's returned to the mound. Cam Bedrosian takes over, and this pitching change brought to you by Purple Bricks. Face 3, 4, and 5 at Lowry, Davis, and Piscotti. And pitching for the 68th time this year. 5-4, 3.39 ERA. Has 1 save. Lowry takes ball 1. 61 innings, 54 strikeouts, 23 walks. Opponent's been 259 against Bedrosian. Lowry saw 1 pitch in the first inning as a right-handed batter and skied one to left. So he's 0 for 1. Free agent after the season. 268 this year. 36 doubles, 21 home runs, 91 runs batted in. He's expressed a desire to remain with Oakland moving forward.
Really has settled in with the Oakland A's. It's been a doubles machine the last couple of seasons for Oakland.
3 balls, no strikes in the first batter for Cam. And a 4-pitch walk starting at the bottom of the fourth. Not what you want to do. So the team like the Athletics. Davis coming to the plate now.
Against Jed Lowry, he's been pretty aggressive.
Now batting,
Established that strike zone right away. Oh,
to Chris Davis.
Take a look at the Indeed player resume. Chris Davis, outstanding once again this season for Oakland. 3rd straight season for the A's with 40+ home run seasons. And Jimmy Fox did that, one of 2 players in A's history. That was with the Philadelphia A's back in 1932 through 34. Jimmy Fox. Chris Davis has done it 3 straight years here in Oakland for the A's.
Shoots this one out toward right center field. That'll fall in for a hit. Trout goes back on it. Lowry advances to second. First 2 of 3 to strike the 4th.
Now batting right fielder.
So Trout, as he gets towards that baseball, we talked about football being played here as he tries to get that angle to win on it. Plays it on the hop, slips there. Still recovers quick enough to make sure it keeps it first and second. Very dangerous hitter now. Piscotti, he's really turned his season around offensively. Look at first 51 games, 228 with just 3 home runs, 21 RBIs. Last 88 though, 21 home runs, 55 RBI, and that batting average well up there, 285 for Piscotti. And he's using the whole field. That's what he said he went back to, thinking hitting in the gaps, right center, left center.
No balls, 2 strikes. Cut down the strikeouts, which led to more balls in play. So it's helped his numbers.
Well, you look at that spray chart and well, how he's hit the baseball now. He's starting to use the whole field more so. I said early in the season he was trying to pull everything. You still see quite a few baseballs hit to that left side of the infield and outfield, but now the gaps more prevalent. See all that from up the middle to right center field, left center field. A lot more. Huge percentage of his baseballs put in play have been in that spot now. 68% have been the gap to gap.
Two balls, two strikes. Leadoff walk, followed by the single by Davis. Just took a 1-0 lead in the top of the fourth. Full count. Fastball not even close.
Look at overall numbers for Cam against Oakland. This is his 31st career game. He's got 2.54 ERA against the Oakland A's. So good numbers for Cam. Put himself in a tough spot here now. Oakland doesn't run a lot. A 3-2 count. Fitzsimmons is trying to keep Lowry close second, but I don't think he'll be going, especially with the swing and miss potential.
And they're loaded up. Bases loaded for Matt Olson now. Scramble going on in the Angels' pen. Twelve pitches thrown by Bedrosian. 8 out of the strike zone. Conversation will be broken up by Marvin Hudson. Olson on the night is 0 for 1. He struck out in the second inning. And it looks like Noe Ramirez will be the next man up.
Now batting, first baseman, number 28, Matt Olson.
Lauer standing at third, Davis at second, Piscotti over at first. Olson has grounded to 13 double plays this year. I think he went around. Cooper rings it up 0-1. Outfield straight around. Upton maybe toward the foul line at left field. Maybe a couple of steps to his right.
Also 1 for 4 in his career versus Cam Bedrosian. 2 strikeouts though.
Looking for that double play ball. 0-2.
Perfect spot. Fastball 92. Lower part of the strike zone. Paints that corner. Now if you're Jose Briseño, you have to be in position to block the curveball here in case he wants to try that one.
0-2. Goes to that breaking ball. Four-pitch walk to Jeff Lauer to start this fourth inning. Davis is single to right center. Scotty was behind in the count, eventually worked a walk. There's the 1-2. Olson strikes out of the breaking ball, one away.
Good under control breaking ball from Cam on that one to get a big strikeout. Take a look at our Nissan pitch test, where this curveball is located, where it starts and where it ends up. It'll be above the belt and breaks down lower part of the strike zone to get a swing and miss at 82-mile-an-hour curveball.
That swing right there was the guy looking fastball and tried to readjust at the last second.
It almost seemed like he thought they were going to try to ride that high fastball against him. Got him out the first at bat. Tyler Skaggs did with a high fastball.
There's Marcus Semien.
He's always aggressive on the first pitch. You got to be careful. Fastball middle in against him.
Good pitch, outside part of the plate, 0-1. Semien's 0 for 1 and lifted a fly ball to shallow left field his first time up. He's grounded into 11 double plays this season. Team leaders Piscotty with 21. Good fastball.
Getting that call again, a little bit off that inside corner.
Seen that a couple of times.
Well, the umpire is set up. Marvin Hudson where he's at. I mean, it looks like a strike, and it's presented well by Briseño. Didn't move his gloves, stayed right there. Talk about positioning of home plate umpires. Sometimes it's easier to call certain pitches.
So 1 ball, 2 strike count, 1 out, bases loaded. Trout with a home run at the top of the 4th, his 35th of the season. He's got himself a little trouble here, a little hot water. Get out of it. Struck out Olsen for the first down. Montana's on deck. Yes, he did.
He
One
did.
around, 2 down. Out with a breaking ball.
Now just 1 for 12 in his career versus Cam Bedrosian for Semien. It's twice now he's got ahead of the count 0-2. Threw a break ball in the dirt, was taken, and then he swing and miss on the curveball on the 4th pitch. Clearly crossed the plate on that one. But the focus right now, though, for Cam Bedrosian, even more so after you've made some really good pitches, get some tough hitters, get 2 strikeouts, you got to stay focused. You get the 3rd out. Sometimes there's a little bit of a letdown.
Canna struck out, walked in the 3rd inning. Lucroy's on deck, struck out in the 3rd. Canna backs out. No, he's ready to go. Canna fouls it off. No balls and a strike. Oakland this year is a team, 241 batting average with the bases loaded with 3 grand slams. Issues at home this year. 237 at the Coliseum as a team. That's the worst home batting average in the American League. The base runners around from 3rd to 1st. Canada takes a fastball for a strike.
That's that fastball in again at almost the exact same spot. All 3 batters. The 0-1 pitch after a breaking ball, fastball in. Presented well by Jose Briseño. And you wonder if he'll come back now, that same sequence. Will throw a breaking ball again. See if we get him to chase it.
Cam's ready to go. No balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs, bases loaded. pitch and get him his fastball up in.
The only thing is with the bases loaded though, if you miss in off the plate, that's when you run that fastball in and potentially hit them, because the hitter's in that protect mode. They're trying to shorten up the swing and hit the ball the other way.
Yeah, I'm not talking about off the plate. I think you got to pitch him middle in upstairs. He's got the ultimate lift swing.
Yep.
Even by that breaking ball there, wasn't his best. He was able to adjust to it. Foul it off. Side to do now.
So you're going fastball.
Didn't get it up enough. Out to left field, opted. And played off the wall. 2 runs in. Simmons throw to the plate, not in time. Oakland has a 3-1 lead. It's a double by Mark Canada. On the verge of getting out of it. Just couldn't finish off Mark Canada. Canada hits his 21st double, now with 50 runs batted in. I'll tell you what, that's a pretty good piece of hitting.
Yeah, well, when you got 2 strikes, that fastball up like that, you're just trying to make good contact. That ball went a lot further than I thought it would. Shortened it up on a swing, brought his hands inside on that one.
Here's Jonathan Lucroy, struck out in the 3rd. Takes a breaking ball for a strike. 2 walks. Back to Hahn. That's line to center field. He waved around his cannon. Trout's got it. Fires it back to the plate. A good throw, but in there safely. It's 4-1. Lucroy with an RBI single. With Mike Soshin, that's going to be it for Cam Pedrosian. Noe Ramirez ready to go. And ourselves a pitching change here in this 4th inning. Noe coming on. Face the top of the order, Ramon Laureano. Oakland leads it 4-1. We're in the 4th. Every moment this season, get Angels home screen icons and features such as MLB.TV Game of the Day, pitch tracking, in-game highlights, live radio broadcast, stats, news, and more. Download MLB at Bat today. Noe Ramirez on a relief of Cam Pedrosian, ends up going 2/3 of an inning, gives up 4 runs. And responsible for the man at first base, and that's Lucroy. 66th ball game for Noe, 5-5. 4.89 ERA. Ramon Laureano, the center fielder, has walked and has struck out, so he's 0 for 1. Takes that breaking ball for a strike. Breaking ball in there. Inside corner. It's 0-2. Had several of those 0-2 counts this inning. Roach 2/3 of an inning, 3 hits, 2 strikeouts, 2 walks. Four runs allowed. Again, it's coming into the game too. Gooby with a 1-0 lead. Issuing a 4-pitch walk to start the inning, with the heart of the order coming up. Dribble foul.
For a team like Oakland now going back to that more patient approach, not chasing necessarily, especially when they work themselves into a good count. You know, put a base runner on right away like that, and you got to deal with that middle of the lineup.
One ball, 2 strikes. All Camp could do is look on. Lucroy not a big lead at all in the first. Laureano, the 8th man to come to the plate here in this 4th. And another 0-2 that's turned into a 3-2 count. Lucroy is going to take off of the pitch. Fernandez will play behind him at first. Matt Chapman's on deck. 3-2. Fouls it off. Taylor's in the 5th. We'll have 8, 9, and 1 coming up. Megden will coming back out. He's worked 3 innings so far. Bolt foul. Lucroy getting a workout in. Crosses the diamond. Back to first.
Laureano's had some long at-bats throughout this game.
I forgot that's put up decent power numbers at the minor league level. Fairly short, compact swing. Try this again. This one's lifted out to shallow center. Trout coming in, calls off Simmons. 3rd out is recorded, but not before Oakland strikes for 4. They lead a 4-1 as we head to the 5th. 29th, Angels taking on the A's at 6:07. Fans in attendance will have the chance to win great prizes throughout the game. For tickets or more info, just go to angels.com/promotions. 4-1. Oakland leads it as we start the 5th. And whoop, there it is on the speakers here at the Coliseum.
Still love to see Caleb just push that bunt down that third base line. Needs some base runners here, down 4-1.
Caleb grounded out to Olsen in the 3rd inning. Takes a strike, getting started second base. David Fletcher, not listed on the lineup card. He had the hamstring strain, left leg. Sunday's game, first at bat. Double down the right field line. Cuts his freshman season short, unfortunately. Good run, though.
Outstanding effort, really. Both the energy level, defense, offense.
Mike Socha had tons of praise for David Fletcher. Pre-game scrum talking to the media as that breaking ball's in for a strike. Cowart goes down looking for out number 1. Strikeout number 3 for Megden.
2 looking so far.
Now batting, number 10, Jose Briseño.
Here's Briseño, grounded out to Olsen as well in the 3rd. Light action beginning in the A's pen. Takes a strike. Calhoun on deck. Chase that breaking ball. It's 1-2. Megden so far 3 to 3rd. 2 hits. 3 strikeouts, 2 walks. Ground ball to second. 2 down. Comes Cole. 0 for 2. Twice has struck out.
Now batting, number 56, Cole Calhoun.
Buckner and Kelly getting ready. One and 0. Turnaround for Oakland in that bottom of the 4th inning. Bases clearing double, followed by the RBI single. Angels with 2 hits and Oakland with 3. Cole with a 1-1 count. Oakland just at 66 pitches so far. Liam Hendricks got the start. Won it, retired the side in order, picked up a strikeout.
So you can go back to that at bat against Canada where it was an 0-2 count and went fastball instead of a breaking ball. 220 batting average for Canada against right-handed pitching. So you're more susceptible to chasing a right-handed breaking ball. Shorten up on a fastball. Good job as far as driving that ball off the inside part of the plate, but a curveball would have been probably the better pitch.
Cole lifting this one out the left. Halo's down in order. 4-1. Oakland leads it. Brought to you by Spectrum. Spectrum Mobile has unlimited talk, text, and data. Save up to 40%. Go to SpectrumMobile.com today. Halos down 4-1 as we start the bottom of the 5th inning. Ramirez, who finished off the 4th by getting Laureano, hit the fly ball to shallow center. He's back out. 2, 3, and 4 for Oakland and Chapman, Lowry, and Davis. Matt Chapman 0 for 2. He's grounded out and popped out. Both times to Caleb. Now getting to the point of the game, Gooby, with this bullpen for Oakland.
Yeah, that's their
6th inning on. 0-2.
Trying to keep that front shoulder in the delivery of the baseball.
It seemed to be dragging the arm a little bit.
Got to get down and make sure you keep that front shoulder in a little bit longer.
1-2. Slider misses. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Foul.
You mentioned the bullpen for Oakland. Remember the original Moneyball version of Oakland really didn't have that much of a premium on bullpens and defense. Well, it's a little different version this season. Their defense has improved. Their bullpen has been outstanding. Ran into Billy Bean earlier today. Pretty excited what he has seen this club grow into this season.
Full count.
Melvin's done a real good job turning his team around, especially from the struggles in the very beginning of the season.
Bouncer to the left side. Taylor's got it. 1 down. The thing before the July trade deadline, there's all this talk that what the Oakland is going to do. They're going to trade Blake Trinan. I'm thinking, why would you trade Blake Trinan? You just picked him up from the Washington Nationals, and he's relatively inexpensive. You have him under team control. I mean, it's like the epitome of the perfect ace player.
Yep.
And it turns out, obviously, they turned things around in June. Gone on this tremendous run, and then they picked up a bunch of other relievers since then. Juris Familia from the Mets, Sean Kelly was let go by the Washington Nationals. Just a number of guys.
Talk about shortening up a game with those bullpen arms now. A lot of them. Said they had another bench down there to hold all those relievers.
38 active players.
And it's a real big locker room too here.
Yeah.
For 38 players.
Said nobody. Lowry 0 for 1, a fly ball to left, the walk and a run scored. This one that started things off. 4-pitch walk by Bedrosian.
Same batter was swinging at the first pitch. He saw his first at bat.
And he's got a 3-0 count here.
You know, he hasn't swung the bat in 7 straight pitches.
He's got the shakes because of it. He likes to swing.
Yeah, he's like somewhere close to the strike zone, please.
Four-pitch walk for the second straight time. He's on board for Chris Davis.
Look down at the Angels bullpen too. Not quite enough room down there as they work their way down.
Designated hitter, Number 2,
further down the
Chris
line.
Davis.
Fifth walk issued by Angels pitchers tonight. Hansel Robles looks like he's going to crank it up. Davis swinging first pitch. Got an off-speed pitch. Fouls it off. 1 for 2. Line down softly to Caleb in the first inning. Singleton scored to the fourth.
Their .323 on base percentage. They got 6th best in the American League.
There's Robles. Oh, 2.
.71 extra base hits for Davis this season.
Takes outside. Oakland on top here 4-1. New York beat Boston 3-2. Houston won today. They beat Seattle 7-0. And the Tampa Bay Rays shut out the Texas Rangers 4-0. Blake Snell, 20-game winner.
That's amazing.
Check swing. Did he go? No. Is he your Cy Young?
Yeah.
Is he your leading candidate for the Cy
I
Young?
know a lot of people are still saying Chris Sale. And Corey Kluber picked up his 19th win today also, but winning 20 games in this day and age, it's very, very impressive.
Seattle is pretty much done now. Tampa Bay winning. New York and Oakland hangs on. Push them back to 8 games. Reaching for a little one hopper. And turn it into a double play. Davis just jogging down the line. Just like that. The A's are done here in the 5th. We're headed to the 6th inning. The Angels have 2, 3, 4 coming up, down 4-1. Thursday night football on the schedule we have on Fox this year is loaded with one huge can't-miss matchup after another. Thursday night football coming to Fox week 4. Now it's a game. Halos out 4-1. We start the 6th inning. Sean Kelly takes over on the mound. A 34-year-old Louisville, Kentucky native. See his overall numbers between Oakland and Washington. 15th game since joining the A's, 1-0. and a 0.00 ERA. 12 and 2/3 innings, 14 strikeouts, 3 walks. That is pulled foul. Oh, nice play down there. That's what I'm talking about. Give me StatCast numbers on that guy. That's impressive.
The range gets up quickly.
With a smile, too.
Love it.
He said, no problem. I'm going to go over and make this play also.
This is routine right here. Double ear flap helmet and everything.
Yes, indeed. It is our top tier play brought to you by Arco. The slide, the recovery, the play, the smile. In position to throw it also, if need be. And explaining how you do it. Telling Taylor Cole, you know what, I put myself in good fielding position right there. I read and cut down that angle to make it a little easier play.
Check swing. They wanted appeal. It did not go. Full count.
A lot of fist pumps all the way. There's a lot of guys down there too. We'll be doing that for a while.
Might have to ice your knuckles.
Yes.
Lead off walk to start. The Angels half of the 6th. Bring up Trout, the man on.
Now it's time for Tools of the Trade, brought to you by Ram Trucks. Migden, what he tried to do against Trout, that up and in fastball. Trout goes, all right, I'm going to get myself in a good fastball count. I'm going to make you pay for that up and in fastball by lining that one out to left center field. 35th home run of the season for Trout. Wise not to try that up and in fastball, especially if you miss a spot with your fastball against him. It's going to be hit hard, and it was a long way.
Gets booed here at the Coliseum.
That's when you know you're good.
Yeah, takes a strike. That's an 0-1 count. 1 for 2 with that home run. No balls, 2 strikes. Kelly acquired from the Washington Nationals on August the 5th. International bonus money. It's after, soon after, he blew a gasket, slammed his glove on the infield.
It's a glove's fault.
Yeah. In a blowout game. This one gets away, and Fernandez will take second. Now the question is, will they pitch a Trout? 1-2. I say that in jest, but not really.
No. Kelly throws a lot of sliders. When you talk about percentage of pitches, about 48% of his pitches are sliders, and Trout can get that low slider if it's in the strike zone very well.
Bouncer towards short. Simeon off balance throw, throws down Trout, 1 away. Hernandez out of base. Got that slider you were talking about.
A lot of times you'll see Trout drive that the other way, but end up pulling that short and unable to get Fernandez at the very least over to third.
Up to 0 for 1 with a walk.
One of his backup sliders. Now it's time for the Kia drive to success. Justin Upton with his home run on Sunday. 30th home run of the season, breaking the club record for left fielders in Angels history. Once held by G.A. Garrett Anderson at 29 in 2002 and 3.
Down the line, backhanded by Chapman, drops the baseball. Upton will reach.
Probably end up being a base hit.
Of course. Home cooking. That and the fact Chapman has 17 errors on the year. that's going to be it for Sean Kelly.
Down the line on the backhand, was trying to set himself up to throw the baseball, slips out of the hand on the transfer. Allowing Shohei Ohtani to come to the plate with a chance to tie it up with one swing of the bat.
We're going to match up here with a lefty. Pitching change. We're in the 6th inning of the Angels. A couple of men on, 1 out.
Your attention, please. Ladies and gentlemen, coming in to pitch for the
During the 7th inning stretch for the Nissan game break with Jose Mota. So that would have paid off perfectly if that was actually Jose Mota in that costume, but he's not. That would have been awesome.
That would have been really good.
Yeah. Ryan Buchter comes on for the 49th time. 4-0, 2.86 ERA. Does so with Fernandez standing at second, Upton at first, and Shohei Ohtani at the plate. Shohei representing the tying run. One ball, no strikes. He's been around a little while. He's 31 years of age. Picked up back in late January from the Kansas City Royals.
Yeah, fastball is 90-94. He'll throw a curveball and a slider. With a couple home runs versus left-handed pitching.
1-0.
Both of those have come on the road also.
2 balls, no strikes. Walked in the second. Hit a fly ball to deep left in the 4th. Two-0 now. Good hack at that fastball.
And it's pretty good. Just before that pitch was thrown, Shohei was trying to tell himself, okay, look, stay back, stay back, stay back. He got his fastball, and he had a pretty good pitch to drive, and he just missed it. Right down the heart of the plate.
Glance back to second. Shohei fouls this one off. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Fernandez on board via the walk. Upton reaching on an error by Chapman. Chapman gets charged with his 18th error of the year.
He's trying to say, shorten up, look in that one zone. Don't be too quick.
Base hit to the left side. Good piece of hitting. Fernandez going to be stopped at third. They're loaded up now for Andrelton Simmons.
So amazing what he has done. 353 batting average with runners in scoring position before that at bat. Gets a base hit once again.
And here comes Bob Melvin.
Nice job. This is a pretty tough pitch. Brings his hands up and gets that base hit through the hole between short and third. Shortened up with 2 strikes. That's what you're trying to do. Perfect swing for Ohtani.
Buckner is done. Does not retire his man. New pitcher on for the Oakland A's. We are still in the 6th inning. Bases loaded, 1 out. 4-1 Oakland.
He did with 2 strikes as far as shorten up on the swing. Couple of pitches before that was trying to tie it up. Now it shortens up through the baseball and hits that base hit in the left field. Perfect job as far as going with the pitch and not trying to do too much. Coming up with a base hit, loading the bases here. Now for Andrelton Simmons and the Angels. Perfect swing for Shohei.
Lou Trevino comes up. The base is loaded to face Andrelton Simmons, and Andrelton shoots one out in the air toward right. Slicing away from Piscotty, and another fan reaches over. Not sure what Bob Melvin's going to argue here. You can't assume that Piscotty's going to catch that ball.
Plus at home ballpark here too. This guy's going a long ways finding the wall. Fan reaches over and couldn't quite catch it.
This happened in the first inning with Matt Olson. They're gonna look at this.
I mean, it'd be real interesting. Now, what would happen? I mean, that would be a sac fly.
Well, there's no question. But I mean,
I don't know if he's going to get there anyhow. Make that play.
How are you going to assume? Okay, so he looked away from the he looked away from the baseball. You can't assume he's going to make that catch.
Yeah, I mean that baseball's not necessarily going to just find his glove at that point. This would be shocking right here.
But I'm wondering if this is a crew chief review. I mean, how can you challenge this? What's the challenge? That he was going to catch it?
Now, he wasn't camped underneath it like he was going to make that play.
Yeah, if he's underneath it, I understand.
Yes.
I totally get that.
Yeah.
But they're having a look at it. She made a nice play, by the way.
Yeah, I know, but then could not corral it at the last second.
tell you, she dropped it actually.
Yeah.
Last second. Yeah, again, if you watch that replay, Piscotti starts to look at the wall. He takes his eye off the baseball completely.
Yes, exactly.
The A's are challenging the ruling on the field.
I don't know how you can challenge him. He wasn't even. He was running towards the wall.
Correct.
That's not an easy play. I can't imagine it, but I think the conversation would also be: will the run score then at that point?
It's a foul ball.
Yes.
Yeah, that's what I thought. There goes your challenge, because they said the A's challenged that.
Yep. See Piscotti at the last second. He's looking towards the wall, and he's kind of almost going to like jump towards the wall and hope that ball is corralled by him, either in the glove or body towards it.
Yeah. 0-1 count on Simba. Fernandez at third, Upton at second, Ohtani at first. 4-1. We're in the sixth. Pretty much sums it up.
Wasn't me.
Anything in the stands, it's yours as a fan. You cannot reach over the railing.
The Angels looking for their first grand slam of the season. Wow.
1 ball, 1 strike. Pretty good pitch.
Yeah, the rules are if you reach out for a baseball in play, then you're automatically ejected out of the game.
There's the 1-1 downstairs. 2 balls, 1 strike.
You know, it does have that power fastball. He can rush up there 95 to 100. He'll cut his fastball, curve, and change.
Good hitters count. Here's the 2-1 pitch, and Anderson lines one to left center field, a base hit. Fernandez will score. Upton being waved around. Shohei will stop at second. 2 RBIs, single for Andrelton Simmons. The Angels trail it by 1.
Another 2-hit performance by Simba. Double last time up. This will rocket to left center field.
Number 3, Taylor Ward.
That pitch down. Good hitters count. Was ready for a fastball. He has been one of the most consistent for the Halos their last couple of seasons with runners in scoring position. He was kind of waiting for Ohtani to go to third. There's the security guard down there by the fan.
Yeah, well, now that he had the base hit, 2 RBIs,
Yes.
they'll remove her. And he made it now, no big deal. We'll let it pass. Here's Taylor Ward. 0 for 2. Watch out. He gets drilled and the bases are loaded.
Ward, there's no way you're going to be able to get out of the way of that fastball. Right back area. See, towards the ribs. And she is going to be removed now.
Now batting, number 22, Caleb Cowart.
So Caleb Cowart will bat here with the bases loaded and 1 out. 0 for 2 with a ground out and a strikeout. 4-3 Oakland. We're in the 6th inning. Here's the first one. Way inside. Shohei over at third base. Simmons at second. Ward at first.
Boy, as a hitter, that's what you want. You want to put yourself in a position to get ahead of the count. Your percentages swing to your favor with the bases loaded after that first pitch is out of the strike zone. So now you can sit on a pitch in your zone. Don't help them out by expanding your strike zone.
That is out to deep right field. Piscotty moving back to the track, at the wall, gone! Great salami time for Caleb Cowart. And the Angels have taken a 7-4 lead.
How about the first grand slam of the season for the Halos by Caleb Cowart, his first home run of the season. Timing is everything. What a swing. Talked about getting in a favorable count with the bases loaded. A pitcher has to challenge you, and he was in position, and he drives it out for the first grand slam of the season for the Halos. A huge 6-run, 6th inning.
First career slam for Caleb Cowart. Here's Briseño cutting through that one. Jose's 0 for 2 with a couple of groundouts. Been a tough go for Caleb Cowart. So happy for the young man.
2 home runs tonight. The Angels 199 now on the season. Took that 199th home run to get that first grand slam for the Halos. Boy, he sat on that fastball. Just a perfect approach, and he lifts that one out for a grand slam. First home run, giving him now 7 RBI on the season with that one swing of the bat.
One ball, 2 strikes. Hasn't happened often, especially against this bullpen for Oakland. The Angels have erupted here. A little help, perhaps. Although I still think that Piscotty was not going to be able to make a play on that ball as Chapman comes in, off balance throw. It's low, and Olsen helps him out. Otherwise, it would have been Chapman's second error of the inning.
Now batting, number 56.
On that baseball low throw, Olsen's so good with those hands over first base, able to scoop. That's a tough in-between hop, too. And then a short hop throw. Scoops it. It's going to be quicker off the grass like that.
2 outs, and here's Cole. Calhoun 0 for 3. 2 strikeouts and a fly ball to left. 7-4 Angels here in the 6th. Angels have Hansel Robles back up and loosening. 0-2 to Cole. Found that fastball back. Cole will strike out. That'll do it for the Angels. They sent 9 men to the plate, score 6 times. The capper, the grand slam by Caleb Cowart. Angels on top 7-4. Another edition of Gooby Tuesdays when we return.
Go on the road to different Italian restaurants. What is your go-to dish as far as an Italian dish?
You know, Gooby, it's like who you're going to bring in relief in a certain game. It kind of got to look at the situation. It depends. You know, if I'm going to Toronto, it's Soto, and I'm probably getting some kind of an eggplant dish, which is terrific there. If I'm in New York and it's Cafe Fiorella, it's definitely the flatbread bread pizza and a little pasta. And if I'm going to Bella Blue in New York, it's lobster spaghetti, which is pretty good.
You're making me really hungry right now. One baseball-related question. I've always wanted to ask you this. I never got around to. What was cooler for you, catching a no-hitter or hitting a home run in the playoffs?
A home run in the playoffs has more meaning because unless a no-hitter happened in the playoffs, or, you know, although I was a defensive player when I played in the catching position, and really, if you're comparing it to a home run in the playoffs, it could be meaningful. You know, that could be a little stronger.
Yeah, but you got that one pretty good against the Mets, didn't you?
I don't know about pretty good. It took a little paint with it, but it went out.
That's awesome.
Yeah, that was a big home run, and that march to the World Series for Soch. Turned on it. Quite good to boot. A little hungry now with that lobster spaghetti.
He's got the restaurant down, that's for sure.
Yes.
Caleb Cowart with a grand slam. Hansel Robles on in relief here as that one clanks off the glove of Briseño. It's a 1-ball, 1-strike count.
Kind of like my chicken parmesan.
I do the same thing every time.
I know.
Although it's Soto, I do go with the gnocchi with the bolognese sauce.
Yes, you do.
That's to start.
Yes.
That's the appetizer. 1-1. Ground ball. Over to short. Simmons has it. Scotty retired for the first out of the 6th. Robles, by the way, taking over for Noe Ramirez, who went an inning in the 3rd. Issued 1 walk, nothing else. And Matt Olson will come to the plate now. Robles, the 3rd reliever. Bedrosian charged with 4 runs in his 2/3 of an inning. Skaggs got the start, went 3 innings, struck out 3, walked 2.
Little backdoor slider there from Robles.
Is that Soch's first appearance ever on Gooby Tuesday?
Yeah. Well, he's chimed in a few times over the years.
Broken bat, little soft liner. Caleb's got it. 2 outs. Chimed in as a background noise. Chimed in.
But I've had other coaches on there before, just wondering what they might say, so he had to participate. Well, I asked him a couple more questions. He'll be on next week. It's really funny. Let's give you a little heads up on that one. Really, really funny. This one was good too. Next week, epic.
Hey, whatever you do, don't build me up to bring me down, okay?
No.
Don't buttercup
No,
me.
believe me, you will be laughing quite a bit.
Because now I'm setting my timer.
Yes, as well you should. I nearly fell off the bench there too, by the way. Completely stunned.
Marcus Semien 0 for 2, a fly ball to left and a strikeout. Semien skying one foul down the left field line. 2 balls, 1 strike. By the way, they took Matt Chapman's error away. Of course they did. So Upton gets credited with a single. That means Sean Kelly gets charged with 2 earned runs. I'm sure he's appreciative.
Yeah, I'm sure he is. Dustin Upton's happy though.
Yeah.
He said, all right.
Justin's 1 for 2 with a walk. Full count.
There's been quite a few full counts.
Pops him up. Shallow right center field. Trout's got to come in on it. Robles with a 1-2-3 6th inning, a shutdown inning. We're off to the 7th with the Angels on top. Down 3 and 4 to 3.75 ERA. Brett Anderson is going for the Oakland Athletics.
Yeah, Felix Pena very good on the road, 2-1 with a 2.21 ERA for Felix Pena. He's been very good as a starter.
New pitcher now for the Oakland Athletics. As Merrill Petit takes over.
Teats fastball 87-91 will throw a cutter, curve, and changeup.
70th appearance for Petit. 7-3 and a 3.17 ERA. He gets 2, 3, and 4. The same guys that started off the 6th inning. Fernandez, Trout, and Upton.
We know how this Oakland club can come back late in the game, so you got to keep adding on here.
Off speed pitch. No balls, 2 strikes. Jose Miguel Fernandez jumping up the number 2 spot in the lineup with David Fletcher dealing with the hamstring. Over 2 with a walk and a run score. Ground ball to second. Jed Lowry's over. 1 away. Here comes Trout is 1 for 3.
Now batting, number 27, Mike Trout.
Petit has pitched Trout pretty well, just 1 for 4 for Trout against him. Former teammate.
Home run Trout hit back in the 4th inning, his 35th of the year. Staying away from him. 1 ball, 1 strike. Halo's trying to piece this one together from the bullpen standpoint, with Skaggs going 3 in his return. It's out to center. Two down. Angels have Blake Parker getting ready. 8, 9, and 1 coming up.
Now batting, number 8, Justin Upton.
Upton, as we mentioned, 1 for 2 with a single and a walk and a run scored. Up takes a strike.
Well, that pitch has been called all night long. A fastball inside part of the plate or even off the inside corner.
Bouncing out in front of the plate. Oakland at the bottom of the 7th has Canna, Lucroy, and Laureano coming up. A 6-run 6th inning for the Angels. Difference in this one, up 7-4.
Pretty good hack at that high fastball.
Shohei on deck. Upton goes down swinging. The Angels down in order. Stretch time here at the Coliseum. The Angels on top 7-4. Time now for the Nissan Game Break with Jose Moto.
T-Mobile with the Red Sox on the verge of clinching the division in Yankee Stadium. Walker says not so fast. A 3-run home run. Bottom of the 7th inning as the Yankees hold on and beat the Red Sox to keep the Red Sox from celebrating and winning that division in their home turf with that 3-run home run.
Oh, Blake Parker has handed the baseball here at the bottom of the 7th. 65th game, 2-1 record. 3.11 ERA. Takes over with a 7-4 lead. Nick Martini pinch hitting for Mark Canham, left-handed batter. Martini hitting .284 in 45 games this year. 8 doubles, 2 triples, 14 runs batted. He's 3 for 12 as a pinch hitter. Canham ends the game going 1 for 1 with a walk and a bases loaded double. One ball, one strike. Two balls, one strike. Slap through the left side, a base hit to lead off the 7th.
Pretty good piece of hitting there by Martini.
Lucroy gets called back. Matt Joyce will come to the plate now. Joyce, a 199 batting average in 72 games, with 7 home runs, 13 runs batted in. 5 for 18 as a pinch hitter with a home run. No stolen bases over at first base for Martini. Fernandez has to hold him on.
Joyce 1 for 7 against Blake Parker in his career.
Not a big lead at all for Martini at first. Up and in, snap throw to first. It's back in there.
Justin Anderson warming up now in the bullpen for the Angels.
One ball, one strike. Leadoff single over at first base. 2-1 now. Not getting anybody to bite on that slow breaking ball. Two-one. There's a strike.
Pretty good splitter there. That's the one he'll throw for a strike. And he has that swing and miss splitter. It'll start thigh high and end up towards the dirt. Starts with that split finger grip.
2-2. Full count. Top of the order coming up at Laureano. Joyce just grounded into 3 double plays this year. See if Martini takes off on the pitch. Anderson ready to go if needed.
It's the 8th full count for Angels pitchers against Oakland this evening.
Been 5 walks issued by Angels pitchers so far. Parker finally comes set. Martini doesn't go. 3-2, and that's punched to left. It's going to hang up for Upton. 1 down. Fooled. Matt Joyce. 1 away. Here comes Laureano.
It's a big out, especially on a 3-2 count.
Now batting center fielder, 22.
Laureano's walked, struck out, hit a fly ball to center. He's yet to ground into a double play this year.
Spot there. That's one of those pitches where you can get a ground ball, double play out of it.
Three-run lead for the Angels here in the 7th inning. 0-2. Not too many swings and misses by Laureano tonight. A lot of foul balls off his bat. Pitch darting way out of the strike zone. There's the 0-2. Called strike 3. Got him looking. 2 down.
That outside corner at 91. Laureano didn't like that call, but that's that perfect pitch. I've always been a big believer in that fastball on that outside part of the plate. It will freeze a hitter, and on occasion you'll get that call from an umpire close enough. He got the call, even though it might have been about a half a baseball off the corner.
Chapman 0 for 3. 2 ground outs and a pop-up. Missed upstairs. Foul back, 1-1. Double barrel action for Oakland in their bullpen. Juris Familia and Corey Guerin. A couple of right-handers. We just saw Guerin. And the Angels were in Arlington. Pitching for the Rangers. Started the season pitching for the Giants. Back to the Bay Area. One now. 2-1. Just off the plate. Anderson continues to throw. Yes, he did. Evens up the count.
Great spot. Good deception on that one.
Chapman takes a called strike 3. Nice job by Blake Parker. Leadoff single, then retires the next 3. We're through 7. And the Angels maintain their 7-4 lead. Not be reproduced or retransmitted in any form, and the accounts and descriptions of this game may not be disseminated without the express written consent of Angels Baseball LP. Corey Guerin takes over on the mound for the Oakland Athletics with the Angels up 7-4 as we start this 8th inning. 61 games between San Francisco, Texas, and Oakland. 2-1, 3.51 ERA. Just recently acquired. This is the 6th game since joining the A's. He gets Ohtani, Simmons, and Ward. The Angels half of this 8th inning. New catchers Josh Fegley. Martini stays in the game and left. Shohei a walk, a fly ball to left, and single. 1 for 2. And also scored one of the 6 runs in that 6th inning.
One of the many really good at bats in that 6th inning. Results in 6 runs scored.
And a long hold for Corey. 1-0.
Remember the last time that glove was flat like that, you almost would think there's a hitter. You know, you just look at the wrist. See, sometimes you'll do a little something different with a breakable as compared to a fastball. Is that glove flat? See the baseball there? You might have a better chance is that maybe a third base coach is seeing that as compared to a hitter. Any little thing you can pick up as a hitter to give you a better chance. See the ball and read the pitch. To your advantage. Ohtani at the advantage now on a 2-0 count.
So long fastball. Guerin originally with the Braves, moved over to the Giants in 2015. It's that glove position you were talking about. Splitter.
Yep. And you can, I mean, it's hard to see that, I think, as a hitter.
Yeah.
But I think Dino Weeble from his angle. And, you know, what you do is you try to relay, you know, stay back on the ball or catch it out in front, whatever way you can give the hitter a chance. See and have an idea what pitch is being thrown.
Two now. Shohei reaching for it. Spoils that fastball. A little run to it, down and away.
Jim Edmonds was one of the best that I remember of this picking up pitches. Little thing you would tip pitches, find out and be able to relay to his teammates. Although some hitters didn't like to know that, just in case you were wrong on that. But he was great at it.
Garrett's very deliberate
Yeah.
on the mound.
Well,
That's with nobody on base.
Yeah, I was going to say he's just getting ready just in case somebody gets on base against him.
2 balls, 2 strikes. Shohei leading off this 8th inning. Try this one more time. Upstairs, full count. Garrett got into 21 games with Texas, 1-0 with a 2.53 ERA. Traded on August 31st, so he would be eligible for postseason play. 3-2. Shohei takes a walk.
He tried to backdoor that slider. 2 walks in the game for Shohei and a single.
Leadoff man on board for Andrelton Simmons. Simmons had a multi-hit game with a double and a 2 RBI single.
Good candidate for a hit and run also right now.
No action in either bullpen right now. But imagine Anderson, who had been loosening, would get the 8th inning. Which would lead you to believe Ty Buttrey will get the 9th, assuming everything holds. 0-1. Right over the heart of the plate.
Yeah, you can see the reaction by Simba. He's like, I had a pitch right there.
Andrelton Simmons, of the very first pitch he saw in the 6th inning, lifted a fly ball down the right field line into foul territory. But, the A's challenged eventually. Went against the A's. It was not called interference. It was just a foul ball. Shohei takes off. This one back up the middle. That sneaks through for a base hit.
What a game again for Simba here. Right back up the middle.
Shohei had his 10th stolen base until Simba hit it up the middle for a base hit.
Thinking the same thing.
He had a huge jump.
Number 3.
That's a perfect pitch, though, to put that ball on the ground on a hit and run scenario. Huge jump for Shohei Ohtani.
Shohei trying to figure out what he needs to do to get that 10th stolen base of the season.
The way he was running, that almost looked like that was a straight steal. He never looked back.
Yeah. Nobody out. There's Taylor Ward. He wore it in the 6th inning.
Yeah, that wasn't one of those ones you just go, let me turn the body in. That was 97.
Cervino thumped him. He's 0 for 2 with that hit by pitch.
Wonder if he'll be around the square around the bunt.
Yep. Showing it. Olsen crashing from first.
Also was about ready to shake hands with Taylor Ward.
To me, at that point, if you're right there, obviously you're trying to get to third baseman to field it. But if Olsen is that close, try to push bunt past him towards second base.
Will be no coverage whatsoever.
Right. Easier said than done, especially when you got essentially kind of a sinker ball at a 3/4 arm angle from Garrett. The ball running in on your hands. Shohei over at second and Andrelton in first. I'll step off.
These are really important runs potentially for the Angels to add on.
Boy, Guerin has really brought this game to a halt all of a sudden. Crashing is Olsen once again. He stops. There's a bunt's a fair ball. They fire over to third. They get the out. And thrown away by Chapman. It'll bring home a run as Andrelton Simmons being waved around and ending up at second is Taylor Ward.
That's one way to get a run home.
There's no challenges left for Bob Melvin. There was a little contact at the slide at third base with Chapman and Shohei. But he'll get charged with the error. The Angels get a run out of it. It's 8-4.
It's right off the plate. And the slide and the wide throw.
Now batting, number 22, Caleb Cowart.
Heads up play by Fegley.
Yes. And there was contact made. It was on the slide in there. And another error for Chapman, 18th of the season on that wide throw.
Man at second, one out. Here's Caleb Cowart. Grand slam his last time up. One and 0.
Boy, what a good swing that was for Caleb Cowart with a 1-0 pitch. Looking on for a fastball. He gets one. His first career grand slam. First grand slam for the Angels this season also. Great to see that for Caleb.
Got a first pitch breaking ball down and in. Sat dead red on a 1-0 count. Got it all. Off speed pitch. Briseño is on deck. 8-4. We're at the top of the 8th inning. Lays off this time. 2 balls, 1 strike. Smero Petit had a 1-2-3 7th inning, including a strikeout. Guerin's the 7th pitcher used tonight by Oakland. Oh, it gets away from Fegley, and Ward will take third.
Good base running there by Taylor Ward. Read that one very well.
That'd be a pass ball, you'd think, right?
I think get that far away from him, but he read it. Good secondary lead. Gets over to third base.
A wild pitch.
Good secondary lead. Reads that down and away from him. Gets to third, forcing the infield in.
3 balls, 1 strike. Nobody warming for Oakland. And that is out toward right center field. Towering shot chasing Laureano back at the wall, at the track. That is off the wall. Caleb turns and heads toward third base. The ball gets away. It's an RBI triple.
What a game.
9-4.
Came into the game looking for his first home run. Checklist. Grand slam. Needing his first triple of the season. Picks that one up. 5 RBI. As Ward scores. Second run of the inning. Another one of those pitches upstairs, and he drives that one very well to right center field. Caleb Cowart rated the 388 sign. Home run and a triple.
Eric Young Jr. is coming up. He'll pinch hit for Jose Briseño. 5 RBI game for Caleb Cowart. Second career triple. Had one last year. Briseño ends the game going 0 for 3. Infield in. Now action beginning in the A's pen. UI takes downstairs. .218 batting average. 7 extra base hits, 8 runs batted in. He's 0 for 2 as a pinch hitter.
Those all important add-on runs, 2 so far. Chance to add on another.
Showing bunt, pops it up. It's going to turn into a double play. Angels are done here in the 8th. They get 2, however. Big error by Matt Chapman. The triple by Caleb Cowart. 9-4 as we hit at the bottom of the 8th. Anderson takes over on the mound. Blake Parker is scoreless 7th inning with 1 hit allowed, 2 strikeouts. And Justin here in the 8th will get Lowry, Davis, and Piscotty. That's 3-4-5 for the Athletics. 56th game, 3-3 record, 3.29 earned run average. Francisco Arcia places Briseño behind the plate. Not bad in the number 9 spot. Lowry takes a fastball for a strike. Jed tonight 0 for 1. He hit a fly ball to left in the first inning. He's walked twice since then. One ball, 1 strike. Just the 5th reliever used by Mike Scioscia. Skaggs went 3 in his return off the DL. Bedrosian 2/3. Ramirez an inning and a third. Robles 1, Parker 1, and now Justin here in the 8th. Two and 1.
All of a sudden, Jed Lowry decided he's not going to swing the bat anymore. This is 3 straight at bats.
That's overrated.
Yeah.
Swinging the bat.
Yes.
I'd rather work my walks. Three and 1. Got to come after these guys.
Especially with this lead right now. You don't want to give him any life. He will come back. might have been his first swing in, what, 13 pitches?
Sounds right. Since he saw one pitch in the first. That's
Yeah.
the one that hit the ball to Upton and left.
Then he had 2 straight walks on 4 pitches. That was his first swing in this at bat.
(3-2), and a walk to start the bottom of the 8th. 6th walk issued by Angels pitchers tonight.
Designated hitter, number 2.
And the 4th to lead off an inning. Here's Chris Davis, 1 for 3. Had a single with a run scored in the 4th. Davis always looking to swing. Takes a strike.
Ran into a double play. His last at bat, 163rd double play turn by the Angels this year.
J.B. Wendelken getting ready. For Oakland, he'll get the 9th once we get there. 1-1. 1-2. Leadoff walk over to Jed Lowry at first base. Important game for Oakland. Houston 1. New York 1. Tampa Bay 1. Halo's trying to play spoiler. This is the opener of a 3-game series here at the Coliseum. 2 night games at a day game. Then it's off to Houston. Last road trip of the year. And back home on Monday night. The last 6 of the season. 3 against Texas, 3 against Oakland again. Well, 2-2. That's a called strike 3. Down goes Davis. 1 out.
Over the last 2 innings, the A's hitters have been looking all speed. They did against Parker. Back-to-back fastballs, call 3rd strike. This one again, anticipating a slider, paints that outside corner at 97. Looking break a ball, got the express instead.
Stephen Piscotty, the right fielder, 0 for 2. Angels in the 9th at the top of their order coming up. Calhoun, Fernandez, and Trout. Have to worry about Lowry at first. Very short lead for him, but that's a terrific off-speed pitch. There's a guy hunting a fastball, getting the breaking ball.
Yep. Lowry's not even attempted a stolen base this season. So you're focused right on the hitter.
One and 2. Well, no matter what's going on here at the Coliseum, Gooby, you can always count on the drums.
Yes.
Beating until the last out.
Yes.
It's like a heartbeat.
Yes.
I love it. It doesn't bother me at all. I know folks at home sometimes, and maybe it's different because we have headsets, we can control our volume, but love the excitement that they have here at this ballpark. That one's downstairs, 2 balls and 2 strikes.
Well, just in case Led Zeppelin ever gets back together again, they're auditioning for a drumming spot. Non-stop.
Time call by Piscotty. Got the beat going.
Yeah, the Blue Oyster Cult song may break out.
More cowbell.
Yes.
This one past the diving Simba. Piscotty with a single, puts 2 men on, and Matt Olson coming up.
Now batting first baseman, Matt Olson.
Olson tonight 0 for 3, 2 strikeouts and a line out. It's just the second time tonight that the A's have had an inning in which they've had multiple base runners. The other was the 4th. They ended up scoring 4 runs on 3 hits. One ball, 1 strike. I wonder if the Indians ever traveled John Adams out here and put him and his drum in the outfield with the A's fans.
Yeah, just go at it.
Slightly different pace.
Just go at it, the drumming contest.
Lowry at second. Steven Piscotty at first. 2-1. John Adams is the gentleman that handles the drumming in Cleveland.
And has done that for a long time.
Long time season ticket holder.
It's one way to stay warm.
Yeah, for sure. And awake.
Yes.
2 balls, 1 strike, 2 on. 2-2.
That's a movement at a 97-mile-an-hour fastball.
This game at the game at Dodger Stadium. Actually, one at San Diego also being played still. San Francisco at the Padres. Also pulls this one through the right side, a base hit. Lowry's going to come in to score. On his way to third is Piscotty, and all of a sudden, it's 9-5. Now, leadoff walk and also putting hitters in hitters' counts. It's a work against you sometimes. Olson picks up his first hit of the night, 76th RBI.
Runs that fastball upstairs, but it was the middle of the plate. Also straight through that one. Picks up his 76th RBI this season.
That's the one thing. If you're Justin Anderson going into the offseason, getting ready for spring training 2019, the one thing that he's going to have to work on, Gooby, is more consistency within the strike zone as opposed to trying to overthrow everything. He's got great stuff. I mean, electric stuff. And the mindset to boot.
Yeah, I think a lot of times when you, especially as a young pitcher, you don't necessarily trust your stuff, and he should with his stuff he has. The confidence that you should just go right after hitters. If you work ahead, he's got a wipeout slider, and he also has a fastball to 97 to 99 range. But he's got to work ahead of the count. And once he gets that reputation of throwing consistent strikes, then you'll get hitters to expand and chase pitches out of the strike zone.
Marcus Semien takes a breaking ball downstairs. So 22 pitches for Justin Ant, 11 balls, 11 strikes. Ty Buttrey begins to loosen now. 2-0. Semien 0 for 3, a fly ball to left, a strikeout, and a fly ball to center.
We've said it a number of times, this Oakland club never goes away, even down by 5 going into this inning. That was a pretty good pitch, but you're not going to get a borderline one when you're behind the count.
Nick Martini's on deck.
And if
This is one of those innings, Gooby, that you've got a team, you're up by 5 runs, to take it on home, you throw strikes, get it over with. Now you're all of a sudden waking that sleeping dog in the dugout. And there's ball 4.
now you got
loaded.
the tying run to come to the plate now.
Exactly. And this is the last team that you want to be doing that with.
Yep. Mike Scioscia wants Arcia to talk to Anderson. That's more of a stall tactic.
Things tend to snowball on Justin on occasion. And that's exactly what's happened here. 2 walks, 2 hits allowed. There's 1 out. And here comes Scioscia. That's going to be it. So Ty Buttrey's going to come into this ball game. And what should have been one of those innings that you just kind of get through to get to the 9th. But little hiccup here. And all of a sudden it's a 9-5 game, 1 run in. And Buttrey will be summoned from the bullpen to try to put out this fire. Mazda dealers. We're still in the bottom of the 8th inning. Bases loaded for Oakland. It's 9-5 Angels. And Nick Martini to face Ty Buttrey. 14th game, no record. That's .66 ERA. Martini pinch hit in the 7th. Picked up a single, but stranded at first base.
He has not rolled into a double play all season.
1-0. Piscotty standing at third base, Olson at second, Simeon at first. Fernando Rodney now begins to warm up in the A's pen. There's a strike, evens the count up. Two and one. This crowd that was pretty much out of it about 10 minutes ago, all of a sudden showing life. 2-1 pitch. Martini cuts through the fastball. 2-2.
Firm 96 on our fastball from Buttrey.
Dustin Fowler's come out to the on-deck circle. Here comes the 2-2. Called strike three. Down goes Martini. 2 down.
Another called third strike on a fastball. That's 4 strikeouts in the last 2 innings for Angels pitchers against A's hitters looking at a fastball.
So Fegley does not get a plate appearance. He's done.
Number 11, Justin.
And here's Fowler. 222 batting average through 64 games at the major league level this year. 6 home runs, 21 RBIs. He's 3 for 11 on the year. Missed hit. There's a strike on the corner.
So change up fastball. Change up just a little bit off the inside corner, followed by a 96-mile-an-hour fastball on the outside corner.
One and two. Ty's one of those guys that just does not waste any time.
No.
Doesn't believe in wasting any time. Gets it and goes. Here comes the 1-2. Now a little flare. That's going to fall in for a base hit. 1 run is in. Olson will score. Simeon ends up at third. It's a 2-run single, and it's 9-7. Had him out in front of the off-speed pitch, but Fowler picks up the knock.
It's a good piece of hitting.
Those runs get charged to Justin Anderson.
Now batting, center fielder, number 22, Ramon.
Well, with a curveball, pretty good one out of the strike zone. It was a non-strike. This one down and got it. Lifted into the outfield, didn't exactly square it up.
Top of the order now, Ramon Laureano. Laureano 0 for 3 tonight. 1 walk. 5-run lead has now become a 2-run lead here in the 8th. Little bouncer toward third. Ward comes in on it. Across the diamond, gets the speedy Laureano, and that'll do it for Oakland. They strike for 3. We head to the 9th. The Angels leading at 9-7.
7, top of the 9th. Going back to my Hyundai key for this game, for whom the bell tolls. Caleb Cowart, what a game he has had so far. Grand slam, his first of his career, and then a RBI triple. Fernando Rodney now in the game for Oakland, but what a job by Caleb Cowart. Great guy, great kid. Love to see that type of performance. Get an opportunity to play here at second with David Fletcher being hurt with that hamstring issue. 64th game of the season for Fernando Rodney, 4-3 record. ERA 3.15. Fastball still firm, 92, 98. Breaking ball, slider, and a great changeup. Can be wild.
Bo Taylor takes over behind the plate. Rodney becomes the 8th pitcher tonight for the Oakland A's. Calhoun, Fernandez, and Trout. Cole tonight 0 for 4.
Back-to-back changeups for Rodney.
Two-0 pitch. A little bit more of a pronounced leg kick for Fernando than we've seen from the past.
Calhoun is 1 for 8 in his career versus Rodney.
This is out to center. Laureano has to go back on it. One down.
Now batting, number 20, Jose Fernandez.
Fernandez tonight 0 for 3. Did walk and score in the 6th. Nobody warming for the Angels. It'll be Ty Buttrey for the 9th. Oakland will send up Chapman, Lowry, and Davis, 2, 3, and 4. Back-to-back hitters. He's fallen behind at 2 balls, no strikes.
I think Jose would love that pitch back.
Two one.
Back-to-back fastballs he's taken.
It's the most fastballs I think we've seen Fernandez take in a game this year. He's usually up there raring to go. 2 balls, 2 strikes. And he has to emergency hack at this one. 2 down. Once upon a time earlier in this game, this is what Trout did in the 4th inning against Daniel Megnan.
And he was ready, sitting on a fastball himself, and he lined that one out quickly for his 35th home run of the season.
So a career high 41 in 2015. Got an outside shot at it.
Yeah.
Anything could happen. It's well here. On to Houston for 3 and then home for 6.
A's fan and a Trout fan.
Yeah. That's like a That's a fantasy reaction right there. Someone did well on their fantasy baseball team tonight.
Yes.
Bouncer left side, and that'll sneak through for a base hit.
Just the second hit in his career versus Rodney for Trout. 2 for 9.
2-out single puts a man on for Upton.
Now batting, number 8, Justin Upton.
Upton 0 for 4 against Rodney. Rodney not real easy to steal against because he has that slide step. Trout with 23 stolen base, been caught twice.
Trout's not going anywhere. Chilly night in the Bay Area. One ball, no strikes on Justin. 1 for 3, single and a walk.
Changeup once again. That's what he generally will try to get back into counts with his changeup because he has a more of a difficult time throwing his fastball for strikes.
Trout with a pretty good lead. Takes off. Upton takes upstairs. The throw down is not in time. Stolen base.
24 stolen base at the season. In scoring position for Upton. Slides in there, gets that hand in there before the tag was applied. Good pitch to go on a changeup too.
Two-one count. Ohtani's on deck. Justin pulls it foul just in front of Dino. Two balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Top of the 9th inning, 9-7 Angels. Angels trying to take the opener of this 3-game series. Two. Full count.
Be surprised if he threw him anything but a changeup here.
Rodney's ready. Here's the 3-2. And it's a called strike 3. We'll head to the bottom of the 9th.
Justin thought that pitch might have been a little bit low, but looked like it got the lower part of the strike zone. Here we go. Angels up by 2. Bottom of the 9th. first baseman now with Halos. Jeffrey Marte taking over for Jose Fernandez at first base. Matt Chapman leading off for Oakland.
2, 3, and 4 for the Athletics. First pitch in for a strike. Javits tonight 0 for 4. Ty came on and got the final 2 outs of the 8th inning. Not before he gave up the single. We brought home 2 more runs. Those 2 runs charged to Justin Anderson, who ended up going the 3rd of an inning. 2 runs, 2 hits, 1 strikeout, 2 walks. 1-1 now. Upstairs, 2 balls, 1 strike. Jed Lowry on deck, then Chris Davis. Yes, he did go around, chase that breaking ball. Full count.
Very, very important batter here for Ty Buttrey.
Juris Familia playing catch. Chapman late on the fastball, fouls it back. Called strike 3. Down goes Chapman, a fastball.
That's 5 strikeouts looking over the last 2+ innings. Paints a fastball. 94.
I think somebody's got a scouting report. Seriously. That would be a tendency.
Yes.
Hitters with 2 strikes looking for breaking balls.
Because the scouting report must be they go to a lot of times they'll go to their secondary pitches with 2 strikes.
Lowry takes strike 1. 0 for 1 with 3 walks tonight. Just missed down low. Hit towards second. Caleb's got it. 2 down.
What a game Caleb has had with the bat. Makes a nice play there. Get that second out, especially with Chris Davis coming to the plate.
Chris Davis at the plate. 2 outs, nobody on. Upstairs. 1-1. Davis tonight. 1 for 4 with a single. Struck out looking in the 8th. One-two count. It's been a wild one tonight. Trying to close it out. The pitch. Swing and a miss. Light that baby up as the Angels end up taking game 1 by the final of 9-7.
What a job by Ty Buttry. Also, Caleb Cowart, career game here tonight. And a little dance step with Andleton Simmons. You deserve that with that type of performance. 5 RBIs, our Land Rover above and beyond player of the game for Caleb Cowart. Mike Trout with a home run also. Cowart with a grand slam, a triple, 5 RBI. Land Rover above and beyond player of the game this evening as the Angels win game 1 of this 3-game set up here in Oakland.